Hello Eternum and welcome to KOTT News, Eternum's #1 source for news, and this is the War Report. No change in the dynamic of Eternum last night as all three great houses stand tall, some taller than others. The action started in Monarch's Bluff where KOTT News crew spoke with context leadership. Congratulations on your victory. They got the flag to 90%. Did you pucker up at all?
Oh yeah, that was a big one. Yeah, that was a all crash, but they popped on respawns too quick. All of our respawns popped, and then we were able to crash the point, and that kind of led to their downfall for sure.
So you think for the other 10 minutes of the fight that they were unable to regroup and get themselves in after that?
Yeah, I think once it hit 90%, they kind of just lost it all. It was still really good though.
Was there anybody who really stood out for you tonight?
Ooh, my boy Lorena, the Backgate Demon, he's going crazy.
Other excited participants in the battle shared their thoughts on the experience. Would you care to comment on what went down with you out there tonight?
With the strongest decks that this game has ever seen, they did a wonderful job. They tried. They may have they outskill us mechanically, but we were able to pull through this victory somehow and get the dub for context in the homeland. Those are amazing players, and we had our backs against the wall, but through the grace of God, we pulled it out.
Later in Cutlass Keys, KOTT News were granted an interview with Outcast leadership to discuss their perspective. With about 18 minutes left, they managed to get you down to a Charlie fight, and you managed to maintain the 50-50 throughout the remainder. Would you care to take us through what you thought you saw out there?
Yeah, John, honestly, it was a close fight. We decided to give up both points to make it a little bit more competitive for us, but it wasn't really that competitive. I mean, being the #1 company on El Dorado, this is light work.
Well, my friend, was there anybody out there who truly outperformed themselves?
Yo, John, I gotta give it to Panda again. He sat this one out. He was watching in the Willy chat, cheering them on. I think without Panda cheering, they would have lost for sure.
In the nightcap, KOTT caught up with a Dodger representative to go over their results. Great fight out there tonight, able to hold them off yet again, maintaining control of the deep forest of Brightwood. Would you care to take us through how you saw it going down out there?
Yeah, that was a tough war. Shout out to Globo Gym. We knew it would be. I think Globo Gym and us are very, very, very close in skill. So we love to war against Globo Gym. They gave us a very difficult time tonight.
Early on at the 22-minute remaining mark, you almost lost B. Eventually you did, but in that moment, can you take us back to how you were able to rally the troops and get them onto the point without losing focus?
Yeah, shout out to Wong. Wong maintained really good control of the comms at that time and directed the army where to move through and when to use the abilities, where to use them, and we were able to get a pretty good wipe there and get control back. Temporarily take down. They were able to get it back from us, but at that moment in time, Wong did a really good job rallying everyone.
Once they did get inside and were able to skirmish inside the courtyard, I noticed the gates continued to go back up, the rear gates especially, and the A and B gate. Care to go through who might have been helping us out there tonight?
Yeah, I was going to say, I definitely want to shout out Ronnie44K. We've got Goku, we've got VP. We've got some BIS builders in our company, so we were able to keep doors up pretty well. They sacrifice stats for the army. They're true soldiers.
In other news, KOTT investigative teams discovered an unusual object in the mountain temple northwest of Ebonscale. KOTT News will bring you more on this phenomenon as the story develops. With all the excitement from last night, you'd find it hard to believe that it will all happen again tonight, when the temperatures drop after sundown and emboldened corruption forces rise up and strike at 20% of the island. 2 more submissions for Simulated Fantasy Combat Resolution tonight, brought to you by LARPco. Remember, if it isn't LARPco, it's cardboard. Tonight, the Covenant forces of Error.pxp assault the Syndicate members of Soju Gang for control of the always contentious Restless Shore. The not bots of Error.pxp set a new waypoint to the south, seeking to take advantage of a divided defense to capture this turbulent region. Soju Gang forces making some tough decisions tonight, balancing their rosters in anticipation of what each potential offense may bring to bear. Meanwhile, the Marauders of Social Slots assail the Syndicate forces of Soju Gang for control of First Light and the flow of the spice. Social Slots return to battle the Soju Gang yet again, this time setting their eyes on the hyssop and spice production facilities of First Light. Soju Gang, familiar with many members of the Social Slot roster, but have they been maintaining their scouting reports about them since they last fought? Be sure to tune in for complete coverage and reactions from the citizens tonight at 11. Until then, this has been War Correspondent JChalant, KOTT News.